Reading police have responded to a viral video showing part of a physical fight between an off-duty officer and a man from MacArthur during cool April nights. The North States News' Max Tedford met with that man, Norman Valdez, to hear his side as well. And Max is where the arrest was made. Max.
Well, Mike, the arrest happened more than 3 weeks ago, but it wasn't until it hit Reddit over the weekend that it blew up. And while it has overtaken local conversation, it provides little to what happened leading up to the arrest. But now information from Reading police and Valdez himself is giving us a clearer picture.
There is a lot of misinformation being put out. I've heard I should be deported. I grow marijuana.
According to Norman Valdez, he and his wife arrived around 11:20 a.m. at the dirt lot along Butte Street where they'd parked for cool April nights in years before, but were stopped from entering.
I came over here because this is where we parked last year. I watched 4 cars pull out, and they refused to let me go in or turn around.
Reading police say Valdez started yelling at RPD Explorers, which are 14 to 21-year-old volunteers with the department, about parking in the lot. 2 female RPD community service officers stepped in. Police claim he was yelling profanities at all 4 and refusing to move. Valdez denies this. Did you, in that initial interaction, they claim, I think you were yelling, you were shouting at them?
I did not in the initial interaction while we were in the car.
He claims after about a minute of back and forth with the group, the off-duty officer approached and yelled something at him and his wife, but all he heard was move or get arrested. Valdez drove off and parked further away. When they walked back, they saw cars being let in.
When I came back, I watched her let about 8 people in, which is, it's only like a 2-minute walk from around the corner, and I cussed her out.
Valdez admits he was angry about being blocked from using the lot he felt others were using freely. Reading police say the off-duty officer saw Valdez come back and start aggressively accosting the 2 CSOs and volunteer explorers, flashed his police ID, and told him to leave.
He lifts his shirt up, which he had his firearm tucked in here, and he flashed his wallet, no badge, but I can't see that close because I need glasses.
Valdez says the off-duty officer continued to shove and yell at him while he tried to leave. Police say a uniformed officer and an off-duty Shasta deputy both arrived soon after, claiming Valdez did not comply with commands, which led to his arrest.
Hear him on that video call it in, 1 in custody for 415. So you can hear him reporting that I was in custody, but you'll never hear him give any commands prior to that.
That was Max Tedford reporting. Reading Police Chief Brian Barner confirmed the initial use of force review found the off-duty officer did not violate department policy. Valdez claims that while he was booked and charged, the Shasta County District Attorney's Office has still not filed any charges in the case.
Trailhand Bill. What the fuck? Let me chill out on the chocolate. Report live from South Florida, family. Big Dog said, people say he should be deported. Y'all want to deport Americans now too? This is crazy, fam. So, where you gonna do? All right, man. I'm not getting into that foolishness, fam. Reading, California. I got a question. I don't know. Y'all know I'm readily admitting my ignorance most of the time. Sometimes I be lying about it. I'm black. We do lie. Isn't California, if not where the protests about this deportation, immigration, migration shit kicked off? If it's not where it kicked off, isn't that like a huge hot spot for it? And here we have what seems to be a very American man to me, because this happened in April and now they're breaking the news about it. I don't think his ass would be in front of no media camera doing no interview if he was illegal, knowing that ICE is out here looking for illegals. So that says to me that he's very probably American, I'm supposing here. But he's in front of the camera talking about how the police beat his ass after they used their people to tell him he can't do what he's clearly saying they allow other people to do. Again, man, I just did a live video where I talked about, we connect dots. We should. Some of us do, some of us don't. It's your prerogative. And when I hear people tell stories like this, it's not a foreign concept at all. Cops They live by a code of privilege. They live by a code of selectivism. And so it's not a foreign concept to me that they are letting certain people in while looking at other Americans and being like, yo, not you. And I'm just going to go ahead and profile his ass. He out here with me, man. We are the recluse. We are the refuge of society. Look at your ass, boy. You look like me. You look like one of the people just like me that they going to be like, nah, you probably ain't got the privilege clearance that we got or the people we going to let in here. So how is he supposed to feel when they go through all that hoopla? They raise this big hoopla, this big hoorah about him trying to get in. They won't even let him go in to turn around and come out. And then he goes and parks his car with his wife. You think this man don't love his wife? Do you know if his wife has any physical ailments that make it more difficult for her to park further away? Like, come on, people thinking about this, about their loved ones the same way y'all motherfuckers are. But he go park his car and come back, and the first thing, man, let me tell you something, fam. They would, my wife, wasn't nobody with him, but she would have had to tell me to calm down. I would have been cussing their ass out too. I promise you, and I'm not saying I would have been right about it. Just this week, I had an incident with some people that I do business with, and a gentleman, and I don't even want to call him a gentleman, but I will, and his friend, they just holding it. I ain't going to get into detail, and I addressed the situation. I even recorded it. Hell, I can show you the video. That's the only thing I think he should have did that he didn't do. You have to document. Anytime you think it's going to be a confrontation, specifically with the government, you have to document it, and there are far too many Americans who don't know this. He could have shown us what he was talking about. He could have shown us when he pulled up to the gate and they wouldn't let him in. They wouldn't even allow him to go in and turn around, which seems pretty reasonable to me. He could have shown us when he went back and they were allowing others. That would have been the first thing. Oh, no, these motherfuckers, I would have immediately whipped out my phone. I would have whipped out my phone the first time. And then you got kids out there doing it. I guess this is where our heart's supposed to just melt and, oh, you going to talk to kids like that? Yeah, I'm going to talk to your ass like that. Or get whoever got you over here so I can talk to them like that. Because you out here representing a terrorist organization and somebody need to tell your parents that shit. Now, I'm being a little extra. I probably wouldn't talk to the kids like that because I know they don't know what the hell going on. But I would be schooling their ass, asking them, yo, your parents know you out here working for gangbangers? I promise you I would. And now we get to the off-duty cop. I used to say this all the time in my videos. I haven't said it in a while. I think just like a lot of Americans don't know that you need to document every encounter with our government, a lot of Americans do not realize that these motherfuckers actually and psychologically wield the power of their chosen career and profession on and off the clock, meaning they're never off duty. That's why he out there flashing his gun and his badge. They get the privilege of being a cop, whether they're actually on the clock or off the clock, and you have to realize that. That's why he thinks you think I also believe this man is lying when he says this off-duty ass Johnny walk up to him, pushing him and shoving him? I don't believe that for a day. I mean, I don't disbelieve that for a second. Your ass would have got whatever hook I felt most powerful swinging as soon as you put your hands on me, coward. Who the fuck are you? You don't just get to put your goddamn hands on nobody because you a Johnny. That's why we can't just put our hands on y'all. Because it's not civilized or lawful. 2 strikes. The third one going to be when you picking your damn teeth up off the ground or your body. And it very well may result in me having to do the same damn thing. But you know, like I said, we just going to see how it goes. Sometime I might just set their ass up for the lawsuit, knowing my fellow Americans going to be the one to foot the bill. I don't know. I'm just not saying all the time I'm going to take it that with them, but I'm just letting you know. I understand that I have a right to not stand down, lay down, and sit down and let these motherfuckers physically attack me or persecute me. And I just want to communicate to y'all that you have that same right. So maybe that's somebody that you need to communicate it to if you already know it, or if you forgot it and hearing me saying it and now you're recognizing it, then you need to pass the message on, man. Pay it forward. We don't got to sit down and let these cowards handle us, man. Because that's all they going to do. And then they going to lock our ass up and charge us with something. Why y'all still ain't charged that man with nothing? Could it be because there were no crimes committed? Americans, y'all were there. Y'all indict a father for accidentally being responsible for his 11-year-old daughter's death in a boating accident on your grand jury asses, but you won't step up and say for a fellow American, hey, he didn't do none of that shit they talking about. Why y'all doing that to that man? I'm telling y'all, we don't just have a Johnny problem in organization. We have a Johnny problem in mindset because there are far too many back to blue motherfuckers out here. And far too many of us that have sense enough to know we shouldn't be backing their ass that still don't understand. We have a God-given and a civil right to defend ourselves from this war that they've declared on us. I hope this man not only gets justice from these criminal charges, I hope there's another layer of justice that he can get for even being put through this, him and his wife. If I'm saying wife and that's not what he said, I apologize, but I thought that's what I heard. They were simply there to enjoy American civility and entertainment, it seems. And who would be there to mess that up for them? None other than our favorite heroes. It's pissing me off, man. I'm Trail and Bill. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.